Okay, now we're in Module 311, and what I'm going to show you how to do is how you can multiply conjugates without doing all the work vertically. How you can multiply two binomials that are conjugates in your head. And this is a great shortcut that we use all the time in algebra. So if you look in your notes at your first example, I want to multiply b plus 5 times b minus 5. First of all, I want you to notice they are both binomials. They have two terms each. The second thing I want you to notice is they're conjugates of each other. They both have first the letter b. They both have last the number 5. But in the middle, the symbols are different. One is a positive, one is a negative. So we know that we are multiplying here conjugates. Now, if I work it out the long way, like I've taught you how to do, which is always foolproof, will always work, let's line it up vertically, like third grade, and let's go through the process. So if I start with a negative 5 and distribute, negative 5 times positive 5 is the negative 25. Negative 5 times the b would be the negative 5b. Then I put my placeholder 0, and now I distribute the letter b. b times positive 5 would be positive 5b. b times b till the day you die is b squared. So if I multiply these conjugates vertically, I do the same procedure. I distribute. I have all my columns. I'd add my like terms. Well, we have nothing to add to the b squared, so I'd bring it down. I have nothing to add to the negative 25. I'd bring it down. But if you look in the middle, at the middle column, what happens when you technically go to add a negative 5b and a positive 5b? Well, really, because the signs are opposite, you're not adding, you're subtracting. And when you subtract a positive 5 and a negative 5, what does it make? It makes 0. So in algebra, when you subtract a negative 5b and a positive 5b, it makes 0b. Now, do we have to write 0b in our answer? Well, just like in arithmetic. Do you have to write 5 plus 0, 5 minus 0? No, the 0 means there's nothing in that placeholder spot. So we know in algebra, we're not going to write our answer as b squared plus 0b minus 25. We're just going to write the b squared and the minus 25. There are no b's. They're gone. They canceled out. Well, that's the great thing about multiplying conjugates. When you multiply conjugates, you're guaranteed 100% that that middle column is going to cancel out, which means you can multiply conjugates in your head, because all you're really multiplying is who's first and who's last. So if you look at b plus 5 times b minus 5, if you look at it written side by side horizontally, we could do that in our head because we know those binomials are conjugates. Just multiply who's first. B is first in the first parentheses. B is first in the second parentheses. What's b times b? B squared. Then multiply what's last in each parentheses. Positive 5 times negative 5 would give you negative 25. So you'll hear me say throughout this course, when we multiply binomials that are conjugates, we are not going to do it vertically. We're going to do it in our head, because the rule is to multiply conjugates, you multiply the first terms, and then you multiply the last terms. And you're done, because you're guaranteed the middle terms are always going to cancel out. So in our next video, we're going to work some of these. I'll see you then.